Hello, welcome back everybody. We've just stopped, had some breakfast. Just had a sausage and cheese bap, which was awesome here at Hillside Cafe. I've also done a quick review of it as well. I mean, it's only like 3 minutes, but it's a cafe. But it is a good place to quickly stop and, you know, have a break and all that there. I was going to full cooked breakfast, but I thought I'd just have a sausage and cheese bat, just to be semi-quick. Which is awesome, and a cup of coffee, which wasn't too bad, £3 or so. Don't hold me to that, it's roughly around that, so let's say I wasn't fully paying attention when it was paying. But like, yeah. But it's pretty reasonable nevertheless. Yeah, our last video footage I accidentally kept on recording longer than I wanted to. Up to the cafe, so what I might do with that footage is I might do a time lapse. Because obviously it will have my music on there and all that, and copyright legislation, all that such like. So it'll have to be a time lapse if I use that, or a cut up video. We'll have to see. So we're on the route to south of Salisbury. So we go the 303. Our sat nav wants us to go on the 303, but we're not taking it since the slightly longer route going that way. And time's money today. It's not literally a race to get around, but I want to stay on the positive side of the curve where possible. The only thing I'm not looking for about this tip, the truck could get a little bit muddy. A bit muddy. Is this the one that's got the long driving down the dirt track? But at least we're going back up to, or hopefully we're going back up to the original customs, then I can give a quick spray off then as well. I didn't waste time this morning overly washing. I just gave it a quick spray at the back and that was it. Just so all my bits and bobs on the back, like number plate and all that, all nice and clean. It's a bit wet today, so not wet, but it's on and off at the moment. We'll have to see how the weather goes if I get the drone up today. So we'll have to see. What we're going to do is turn our high-powered side lights on. It is a little bit intermittent on the darkness. There, not that you can't miss it at the moment really. We still have side lights on the mess of what. Yeah, so I've done another video to go into the service series. It was an easy one. I should have got a quick picture of the place. It's the one thing I forgot to do, which I was saying on the video I'll get. We'll see how I feel on the way back or when we load in for the second run. Stop off quickly in there and get a good photo. Maybe the weather might be better later, so it might be a better option. So yeah, as I discussed earlier, I'm hyped about the new camera. Hopefully I'll have that by tomorrow, according to Amazon. A bit sceptical, you know. Seems a bit easy for
take the exit
A303
I
suppose Amazon have all your details anyway. offer you stuff if you're legible, really, probably. Who knows, don't know how it works out. There is other retailers available. Yeah. One thing I like about Amazon though is that you can order it and it'll be home the following day, generally, depending on what time you order, or you know, within a reasonable amount of days you'll have it. That's quite accurate on what it informs you. Slowing down a wee bit because the lights are wet. There we go, get into that gear.
Take the exit A303 towards Andover.
No, we're not. Do that a bit later. Yeah, so it's a good day so far. We should have our new curtains. I don't know if we'll be on the next shift. Probably the following, I reckon. Unless I forget them by Wednesday. Might get the hooks for Wednesday, but we'll have to see.
After half a mile, make a U-turn.
And I'll leave the curtains a bit of a surprise of what I got. Hopefully it sort of matches the truck in a way. All I'll say, it's not emblemed in any way. It's just a nice pattern. That's all I'll say about the curtains now. But they should be good, should look nice as well.
Make a U-turn, then turn left.
And sort of unique as well in a way. Yeah, I kind of like this route, you know, or going to this customer. It has a nice route, interesting amount of driving on it, especially, you know, this is pretty easy along here. It's a bit technical towards the customer, but it's okay, you know. Generally going to farms, there's always, not always, but a lot of farms you will have to deal with narrow roads and all that to get to. And when you first do narrow roads and stuff like that, but as I may have said in the past along these lines, you know, just take your time. Try, if you haven't been given the proper route in, you're not too sure, but if you have the phone number of the farmer, give them a bell. Ask them which is the best route for you to get in. And most of the time, not saying all the time, but if you've got a good farmer, he'll normally say where you're coming from, driver. And also if he's confusing you a wee bit, going, because sometimes they might use pubs and certain crossroads, and you know, sometimes if you clarify with them, they're pretty good as well. Sometimes if you say, oh, do you mean it's the A such and such junction with the B or whatever, you know. You know, normally they're pretty good to chat you on, but to talk you on to where you need to be, if there is a specific route
After
in.
a quarter of a mile, turn
The other way
right,
to do it is Google Maps. It's a
then
good resource.
turn left.
You know, but if you're not sure, always check. It's safe to check, then get caught out doing farm deliveries if you're not sure, especially if you know it's in a real tight area,
Turn right,
and those
then
restrictions
turn
around the
left.
place. You're best to check.
After 600 feet, turn left.
It's unbelievably easy to mess up if you just go yee-haw in. You'll get away with it a lot of the time, but at the same time, you will get caught out. But down some of the farms I've been to, especially the one I've done that narrow road one, if I went the wrong way down that one,
Turn right,
I would have been
A36, then turn left.
even the farmer was saying to me, saying that seriously, you know, if you come in any other different way,
After
there's a
500
very
feet,
serious
turn
chance
left.
you are literally going to get stuck. Because I've been no way for you
After
to reverse
800
out,
feet,
and,
turn left.
you know, no way to go forward in effect, which you don't want to go there. You do not want to go there. That's like almost the Bible sin of delivering into rural locations for truckers. It does happen though. It seriously does happen still. You know, you still get truckers who will go down, they don't do the research, you don't check. You just go, oh, be fine, the sat nav will get me there, you know. It's a truck sat nav, it will never let me down. I mean, yes, I said the majority of the time you could get away with it, but it's not seriously worth the risk. It's best to check. Even if you don't want to speak to the customer, or if you don't have the phone number, just do your best what you can on Google Maps and any other resources that you might have. I'm not meaning to spend a whole day studying the route by corner. Use a bit of common sense with it, but at the same time, you know, work it out the best you can. Know your capabilities you wagon. Make sure it is where the customer is located though. That's another big one. That is quite a big one.
Turn right,
with farms,
A36.
The address might not be necessarily where you need to be going sometimes. So if you did have a phone number to get hold, just make sure where you're being sent on the address card is
Turn
correct.
right.
But as you may know, farms can be spread out all over the place, and they may need you to deliver it to a different place. You never know, that different place might be a lot more easier to get to. You never know. Sometimes the opposite. But as I said, the key word is check if you can. Look at your route and take your time when you're doing your route. Be observant, you know, and be open-minded as well. And if you're following a specific route in, stick to it. If you think you got lost, stop, assess, work out where you are to make sure you are still boost. If you have come off, can you get yourself back on it, or you know, what can you do? You know, and just don't panic. It's so easy. I said I was going down those narrows. You know, it was nerve-wracking at times. You know, you're like, it's tight. You can't afford to make one error left or right here. You know. You know, the trailer was touching both sides of the banks at stages on that. You know, let alone what the truck was doing. But it all, as I said, it all came off fine. But you know, you will go to the odd side that's like that. Especially in the far southwest, Wales, also known Dales, as well, you know, all over the place really. You can get farms like that. You know, it's not really specifically in one place. Everybody claims their place is the hardest, or you know, the best, or you know, for access to the farms, but you'd be surprised.
After a quarter of a mile, turn left.
Hope you've enjoyed that little segment of me going on about delivering to farms. I mean, I'm not trying to big it up. It is what it is. You know, it's basically the bread and butter of my job is to deliver to farms.
Turn left.
Primarily. Or manufacturers and such like. And even they tend to be in the middle of the countryside as well. So take your time, is by the big segment out of that. Take your time, be open-minded and be aware of your vehicle's limitations, heights and widths, e.g. be able to judge it. I think more you do farms and that, more you start to learn about it. And there's still stuff I've still to learn and, you know, see and witness yet. you know, I've heard some white stories of other drivers. I'm not saying they made them up, but you know, you can only believe it till you see it.
After 900 feet, turn left, St Andrews Road. After 900 feet, turn left, St Andrews Road, then turn right.
It's because there's a low bridge down here, which we can go under,
left,
no dramas,
turn right.
you know, well underneath the height limit. But no matter how well you set that sat nav, for some reason with this bridge, it just does not like you going underneath it. It just doesn't like it. It's just like, nope, you're not doing that bridge. I didn't want you to go underneath that bridge. I don't like the bridge at all. I hate it that much, I won't guide you underneath it. I think it's a thing in the programming, but who knows? Maybe it doesn't like that bridge. Yeah, so a lot planned for the channel. You know, I mean, I said the main thing I'm working on at the moment with the channel, as you've been seeing, as I've said earlier, is improving the content is one, the presentation. It's a bit like, this is one of the reasons why I'm doing a daily vlog format now. It's not the complete format, but no means my, you know, general, you'll get at least 1 or 2 of these a week. Plus also maybe a services video and maybe a subject video as well. But mainly what the daily vlog videos are is a bit like now, to discuss my thoughts, see daily life as a driver really. This, you know, and I'm sorry I can't show customer sites. I know I keep saying I'm sorry about it, but I know it would be nice and cool to see the truck doing its business on a farm or at a customer. But I've got to respect customers at the end of the day, and you should be should be appreciative of the security aspects as well, because you know, you'd be so surprised how much thieving goes on in the countryside against farmers and all that, you know, from animal theft to property theft and damage and all sorts. You know, a lot goes on. And yeah, if somebody's filming across a farm, you're basically giving a criminal a free bit of intel, and it runs to companies as well. And this is why I want to make a simple, you know, not make a simple, this is the deal with the company. You know, fundamentally I'm not allowed to film on company sites. The only exception is if they say, we are happy for you to record here, here and here, or whatever the requirement is they're happy with on the site. It's not this bridge, by the way. You may have seen it in the past video. But, you know, it's also a bit of privacy to the farm as well. It's private property at the end of the day. You know, people on the farm might not want to be filmed. They might not want livestock to be filmed. I'm not saying there's any funny business going on, no. But they might not want, you know, because then if you're showing the livestock, you're giving more intel and knowledge and the malicious characters. I know, yes, you could argue me filming out there, but, you know, you've got to draw the line somewhere. You've got to draw the line somewhere. But I can respect on company sites at the end of the day, you know, because
after 900 feet, cross the roundabout, second exit, A36, Salisbury Road.
And I'm glad I sorted out that leak as well yesterday. I found out what was causing the leak as well eventually. Got so irritated with it that I just dismantled the top locker.
Cross the roundabout,
Not fully, just
second exit.
took out the kettle system and the tray it sits on and a few bits and bobs. And I realised, to start off with, no one, whenever that was last dismantled or gone into that depth, whoever went in there had not installed the rubber bungs. They were there, but they hadn't fitted them. I meant to cover up the holes just in case the kettle system knocked a little bit of water out, and that's where it was coming from. So now I'm going to have to make sure I don't have any water in there whatsoever, or as best as possible. I'll still use the kettle system, it's just a thing I'm going to have to do from now on.
After 900 feet, turn right, A3094, Netherhampton Road. Turn right.
Yeah, so I resolved that, so I'm pretty impressed with myself. A bit irritated I didn't do that before, but I think about taking that apart before, but I would have thought when it went into the workshop, Scania and the insurance company had done the repairs before I got the truck, you know. Would have found that issue.
A3094,
Who knows?
Netherhampton Road for
But you never
3.5
assume
miles.
that garages or anywhere would have done that, the job 100%, or actually had actually thought about, oh, could it be this? You know. I'm a bit surprised that Scania didn't notice it, to be honest, because sure, that's the reason why they put the bungs in there. Oh well, it isn't my business, but it is and isn't. It is what it is. I resolved the issue, it's fixed. And I can shortly remove my vent towel from its location. Long at last. I'm leaving there for the moment just to make 100% sure I have resolved the issue. Which I'm very happy with, actually, to be honest. I've resolved it. You know, it's a nice feeling when you fix a problem and it hasn't really cost a thing as well to fix. It hasn't really involved anything, it was just a simple fix. And also it gave me a good excuse to give that cupboard a real deep clean in there as well, to get nitty gritty behind the scenes. Because yes, my OCD can go that far as well. Not that I don't know if I have OCD, but you know, my cleanliness worries of cleaning and dusting go that far. I like to keep behind the scenes as best as possible, reasonably clean as well, because I know what's behind the scenes can come into the scenes. And it's only good if you dismantle something to clean it up before you reassemble it as well, you know, especially if it's in an environment you're living and working in. This week. It was all nice and sunny till today. Oh, had to rain on my last day for my weekend. Had to rain. Had to let us down. I can't complain. I've been spoiled this week. Spoiled by the weather. So yeah, that's another bit of big news that I've done with the cab so far. So I've added some lights and extra lights to the cab, so it looks quite cool in my opinion. Kind of like it. It might need a bit of tinkering in the future, but it's alright for now. Okay, so I might need to do a bit of rewiring, but it's not hardwired in, by the way. It's into a traceable volt height, but well, the wiring coming down. There's a little bit inside. Come inside, I need to sort it so it's either behind the panelling as best as possible or behind the flag, which I'm not sure if I'm going to change that flag out temporarily, something, but I might just keep that up. So there's nothing wrong with keeping that, especially as a veteran anyway. tried to keep certain things in the cab to reflect, you know, my personality in a way, you know. Because at the end of the day, this is my home. This is my home for the week. As I discussed in the last video about tramping, you know, it's always best to be with people that allows you to get out your cab comfortably, within reason, you know. And obviously, if you are making modifications, always seek your boss's permission, especially if it's something you have to modify, which I can't really. I can't modify anything like screwing. I'm not that I'm planning to do that in the cab, probably not, no. But because it's, as far as I'm aware, it's still underneath warranty. Yeah, you just got to watch going down this road. There's like a lot of car drivers can be completely oblivious. I had it early on the roundabout, maybe on the footage that you saw earlier. Which, fair enough, to a degree I probably should approach around that slightly slower by margin, but it was all clear when I checked. At the decision point it was all clear, and it was clear slightly after the decision point. Once you hit the decision point, you're pretty much committed. And I do leave it a little bit after, really, if I'm allowed. You know, I'm quite a bit too cautious in a way. But by the time I had fully committed, this car came whizzing down on the right and or the next junction on the roundabout, which in theory I should give way to, but he came whizzing down. I was really on to the roundabout just about, you know. I was like, I can't stop because I've got a little bit of momentum now. Well, I could stop, but I'll be half on the roundabout, half off. You know, it'd be a bit awkward. And in some ways you could argue the car driver's justified for beeping me, but at the same time he did come speeding onto the roundabout.
After 900 feet, go right on the roundabout. Second exit, A338, Coombe Road,
speeding onto the
then
roundabout when he
right.
blatantly didn't check if it was all clear. You know, I know, yes, he probably wasn't expecting to have to give way to a vehicle already committed out on the junction, but oh well, it is what it is. It is frustrating.
Go right on the roundabout. Second exit, then keep right.
You know, I self-criticise and I will self-judge and go, right, well, maybe I could have dealt with that situation better, maybe a bit slower. I wasn't speeding on at all. No. Talking miles per hour, like 3 or 4 miles per hour, maybe 5. You know, give or take. But it is what it is, and you always have idiots. Stick our indicator on here. This can be a bit of a spicy. What we do, we put our weight transfer on, ready.
Then cross the roundabout, second exit.
Into first, I think. Weight transfers on, that's good. Come on, baby, you can do it. You can do it. It's one of those junctions that doesn't freak me out.
After 600 feet, cross the roundabout, second exit, A354, Coombe Road.
You do not want to roll backwards as well. You know, like,
cross the roundabout, second exit.
I do hop it down to lowest gear to guarantee I can pull off, or the best near possible guarantee I can pull off. As you're guessing, even though it's a V8 580, she can still struggle with certain weights, you know, because you've got to realise we're dealing with an active weight. If this weight wants to go backwards, it wants to go backwards. You know, it's pulling against the momentum of the truck. half the time, especially going up a hill. It wants to go the other way, this liquid. And depending what other forces you've inserted onto it as well, it might have a real good strong pull back. So much so the truck is having to pull against that and the weight, and the truck obviously wanting to go, trying to get it up the hill. And similar sort of equation on the way downhill, just sort of in reverse. Still 30 along here. So I think it's best possible road downside coming down this way today. There are a lot of trucks coming down there. Not a lot, but certain parts, but you have to watch it if there's another truck coming. Not too many. But I still like this route though, it's a nice pleasant route, especially on a sunny day. It is awesome. Salisbury's a nice city as well to go through, even though we only go for the outskirts on this route. Hope you enjoy me adding in little bits and bobs I'm doing, talking about what's involved in the job, explaining why we're crawling up a hill, when you're thinking it's a 580 V8, but you should be going at 50 up that hill all day long. I wish it were true, and yes, in certain examples we can do that. But it plays on a lot of factors. If you had momentum into the hill, how long you've been going up that hill, because that can take effect. Also on the Muppet behind the wheel, if I've set to the right gear or not, or kept up the revs up the hill or the drive. Let it crawl up on cruise, and then we have to drop down shortly anyway. I think we go for a 14 and a 30 momentarily. So what I'll do, I'll probably do the same, end the video shortly. I do deeply apologise about earlier, so I might turn it in a bit of a time lapse, you never know. And I'm only into my second memory card today, so that's good running, I suppose I'm heavily filmed this week as such, sort of, that's with the project as well. Even though the project doesn't take too much memory, because it has to remain within 3 minutes or under. But by the time I'm editing on it, I think it should be around 3 minutes. I've got it underneath 3 minutes easy, but once I've put on a intro banner, an outro, and maybe a few bits and bobs underneath, for them. So I might do several edits of it and see what they like on the production of it. I might say, look, I might do a retake of the video this week with maybe a slightly better background, because I had the curtains pulled at the time, and primarily because I was doing it in the truck stop, and didn't want to film other truck drivers, especially in a advertisement, where possible, especially on the plates, Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll probably catch you a bit later once the tips. Hope you've enjoyed this little bit. I'll catch you later. See you in a bit. Hello everybody, welcome back. It's been seconds, but it's not been a huge amount of time, but we've just tipped our first customer today. We're en route back up to north of Shipton Mallet. It's going to get loaded. Then we're going over to a place near Amesbury, Tidworth sort of area. Good tip at a farm there. Then RTB, I would assume. It's going to be a slightly long day today, I think, because we're not going to get to the customer till around about, give or take, 2 o'clock. Hopefully they've got enough load there for us. We should do, or hopefully have. Then get loaded, which will take an hour, so it's 2 to 3. It's about an hour and 45, I reckon, 40-ish from there to the customer, give and take. So say 2 hours of argument, so that leaves down to 5 o'clock. An hour to 6. Park the truck up for around 7-ish. Might to go and grab some apple as well, so I'm not going to be finished about 7:30. I reckon maybe a bit earlier, but that's my guesstimate of what time I'll be finishing today. Which is alright, it gives me a full day at work. You know, which is good on the money front, which actually I need because I had a slightly lower paycheck this month. Not massively, but noticeably. Not to the degree that going, uh-oh, I'm going to be tight. No, way from it, but it's still like, it gets a little bit different to the other month. Or prior months. It's not, it's about as low as it's been in the past on a quietish month. I suppose that isn't too bad really, what I've received. I'm happy with it. I'm not complaining, it may sound like it. I think some of it was a bit of a hit back from when the truck was in for the gearbox. That didn't happen, and you know, that slightly shorter week. Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, got a camera which I was checking up on the dispatching today apparently, according to Amazon systems. I also ordered some bits and bobs for it as well, so memory card, a case, a holder mount thing, and I think a swivel arm thing. So I've already got adapters already. It's any point buying anyway that adapter pack just for that camera. I might look at a case maybe. I do need to get some batteries for it, but I might get that next month because how I'm going to use it, it's going to be hopefully on charge all the time, or I'll end up ordering some batteries next week if it's not the case. So then I can keep charging batteries up. As all, primarily it's going to be a time-lapse camera. I'm not going to say it's all it's going to do. I'll probably try and sum its capabilities out. I may do in the future a comparison review against my current camera at the moment, which I think this will always be my favourite, the Sony. But you never know. This is my first GoPro, believe it or not. Actual GoPro. This will be. I was half tempted the other day to actually get an older one at a exchange shop. But it's second hand, and I know they, you know, depending how they've been treated, they can, you know, stop working after a while if they've been treated well. Down to all sorts of factors. According to all the reviews, this is one of the best one that's been out in the market, you know, especially if you're buying one from not having one. I think the stability looks pretty awesome. I don't agree with electronical stabilisation, but it is what it is. It looks very good, you know. I'm not a hyper detail expert, you know. I can see the advantages of the Sony, which I think I've tempered down the stabilisation a wee bit because I realised it was doing a bit of a sway. It may still do a sway because it was on like hyper shake mode. you should probably not overcompensate, but how it works. You know, it was giving you that sort of sway motion, which is quite ideal if you're doing something really fast paced, you know, on a mountain bike or running or whichever. And I may get myself a gimbal thing, maybe, for it. I know, yes, it's stabilised, but it'd be pretty cool in the gimbal, because then you can do those really smooth panning shots. You know, that, yes, you can do by hand to a degree, with some practice and some time and patience, but when you want to grab something you can't really. That'd be awesome to have a gimbal control that I could have over here, and it could be on the mount over there, and I could just turn you around and you could look at stuff and go, look at that, oh yes, that's what you're looking at. That would be pretty cool, but it would have to be something that I do, you know, wouldn't take my attention off the road, I should say. So it might not be an option. But either way, that's what the GoPro will be for, be where you're sat right now. And it just might be on time-lapse mode, or to give a bit of background footage. Who knows how we'll do it. I've got some ideas, but it'd be nice to have a second camera anyway. Slight downside, I might need to buy another memory card as well, so I find 2 memory cards for each camera is probably about right. There we go. Yeah, so today's going to be a long, hopefully it don't feel like a long day. So far it's been alright. You know, I'm going to probably quickly stop off
after 900 feet, cross the roundabout, second exit, A354, Coombe Road.
As I do. Because otherwise at the customer it's a bit
cross
of a...
the roundabout, second exit.
Walk around to get to where the toilet facilities are. There is some facilities there, but it can eat into your time more severely than just stopping off at their services. Because you also got to go pick the key card up, get into the main building, you know, and sort of all the way upstairs. And, you know, you can just waste 10 minutes with just
after
getting
600
there.
feet, go right on the roundabout, second exit, A338, New Bridge Road.
If I can. If it means we can save a little bit of time, plus I can pop in and grab a couple of things. Not that I need much. It's more air freshener, so I think I can get the air freshener from there. Hopefully they got it in stock. Yeah. Obviously assumed, assumption. You should never assume anything, shall I say? But oh well. Here's what it is.
Go right on the roundabout, second exit, A338, New Bridge
Road. I was
Road.
being observant. Actually, it's probably thinking, yeah, it'd be fine. It's been meant for a
Follow
while.
A3094, Harnham Road, for 3.5 miles.
Look at where he gone. He has pressed the button, and we're all good to go. It runs. But it's still green, still green, still green. It may change in a moment. Still green. Can't see. Yeah, I do like those Volvo FHs. They are nice trucks, the older ones. I was chatting to a driver about it the other day. So he had one. Nice trucks, the older style FHs. They do have a bit of character about them. I'm not saying this doesn't. This does. That's a bit unique in a way. But there's something about Volvos I like. I know, yes, it's got all the toys, I admit, you know, it's not all the toys, but, you know, it's pretty good, you know, in all respects. I would, you know, but I do like the FHs, even the new ones to a degree, you know, I'd get the new ones, you know. But the old ones do tend to feel a bit more rugged, a bit more on their last. I know there were some issues with wear and tear inside the gouts, but you know, don't feel as I'm not saying the new ones are really delicate, but you know, the old ones are certainly built to last. And felt like it as well. And yes, over it, they can have technical issues. Yeah. Just like anything it can do. I've put my car in for the inspection this week at my local garage instead of Volvo. You can see people pushing people down in a shopping cart down the high street, or not high street, down the road every day. Yeah, I mean, I like a lot of other trucks, but I do like the Scanias. I'm still a Scania man. You know, I still stand by, you know, I'm a bit of a Scania fanboy, but I'm still a Volvo fanboy as well, you know, believe it or not. A lot of people think, oh, if you're a Scania fanboy, you hate every other truck. No, I don't. You know, I like trucks. Trucks are trucks, you know. Every truck has a certain advantage. I mean, I do like the DAFs. DAFs are slowly winning me over. Certainly the new ones, the new gearbox. But the old ones, but not so old ones. It's hard to explain. Did have a really good gearbox. Because I remember when I drove one of them for the first time, I was like, it's almost as bad as the Mercedes. I mean, the Mercedes is probably the worst, I think, in my opinion. I'm not saying it's the worst, but it's one of the worst. Or it's the worst that I've, you know, driven, and that's reliably the worst. And that's primarily because it would, when you go to pull off, primarily, it would have a debate of what gear to be in. The auto box. It's primarily the auto box I'm talking about here. And it's just, you know, it's so frustrating. You need to pull off, you need to go, and by the time it's going, you have to stop because it's too late. And, you know, or the only other way around is to leave a bit of power so it is moving forward, but then you have to stop anyway. And, you can't win with it. You really can't win. I'm better at changing gears, and I don't claim to be the best at changing gears in the world. No means. I do make errors now and again. And I hope you admit it. I know it's embarrassing to a degree, but at the same time, it is what it is. I'm a lot better than I used to be. But I think when you've been driving all, I've got valid excuses, let's say. Yeah. It's interesting what you come across with trucks, you know, the differences, you know, little quirks, the pros, the cons, of, you know, build quality, you know, etc. I mean, Scanias and Volvos, in my opinion, tend to be the best built. And I would probably argue also DAF as well. But, well, the DAFs I have driven, or the two I've driven, and they have been on, one I've been on the road for ages, you know, felt well built, you know, it seemed to be pretty well put together, you know, especially the big ones, you know, can't even say about the small DAFs, but I assume the same. And my least well built, it's probably between Renaults, even though I do actually like Renault in a way, but the premiums, are very hard to. The Mercedes was reasonably well, had its good well built parts, and it's kind of awkward on Mercedes. You know, and some of it just felt really cheap. You're like, really? Mercedes? Really? You know, you're like, and these weren't like bits that you think, oh, they can get away with that. This is bits that, you know, takes some wear and tear in the cab. And this is primarily inside the cab I'm talking about, you know.
Turn left.
Even I would even dare say the premium Renault premiums are actually better built than some parts of the Mercedes. I'm not saying Mercedes is the worst built, but some of it had really well, you know, metal brake handle, which is awesome. You're like, wow, metal brake lever. It did have some nice little touches here and there, but that's all it was really. It was just nice touches here and there. Then they kind of switched off through half the building of it, by the looks of it. And I open admit the Scanias, certainly this type of cab, ignoring some of the nice fancy little features I've got in here, but look at the features that are in every top line, like in the base model. You know, the buttons look a bit, you know, but I find with Scanias, they grow on you. When I first came in the industry, I didn't think much of Scania. I heard all the hype about Scania.
After a quarter of a mile, go around the roundabout.
I'm not claiming to be a hardcore Scania fanboy, but I know, as I said, I'm very flexible with my trucks. You know, in some ways, I actually prefer Volvo overall. But I do like the V8. I've grown to love the V8. You know, it's the same thing with the V8. When I first drove the V8 last year,
go around the roundabout.
I didn't think much of it, to be honest, to start off with, and it slowly grows on you. It slowly grows on you. There's something about it. This truck slowly grows on you, and things start to make sense, and you start going, ah. And yes, you could argue with some of the decor, but to me, it's styling. It's Scania's sort of signature. Yes, the new Scanias, they have altered it up dramatically, and not in a bad way. You know, I must admit, the next gen is wow. You go in, it's just like being sat in a space shuttle. You're like, not in the bad way. It's like, wow, I'm in command of something here. You know, look at all these buttons, all these toys.
After 900 feet, turn
which
right.
Is a pro and a con
then,
at the same
at the
time.
end of the road, turn right.
You know, you have ultimate control in the next gen. You know, I can't explain it, but when I've driven the next gen, it was just like, wow experience. It's like, I'd love to have the next gen.
Then, at the end of the road,
I am very
turn
content
right.
with this truck. Very content with this. I'm just saying what he's doing, so we need to be let out. Oh yeah, that's what I forgot to tell the boss when I phoned him up earlier. I said we'd chat about a few things, and
follow A36.
I said there is something else, but I can't remember.
Miles.
It probably ain't important. I think it was about the gearbox, yeah, to let them know actually when the truck's actually in for its next service. Where the trailer's going up for its service this week as well, while I'm back on duty. Even though I only just collected it the other week, it seems like. Oh well, I don't mind, it's alright. Another truck back over to the east. Ooh, just had a nice V8 sound then of it, sort of like tick over. You can only get that nice little noise out of it. Yeah, that's why it's a V8. I think on the autos, I think they do, certainly on the next gens, I think they have sound chipping. No, I'm not saying they have sound chipping, but there is something about the autos that they've done to make the V8 sound a bit more. Or maybe it's because the auto box is literally in its most optimal points all the time. You know, best than somebody who's manually doing it. There's probably no reason why I couldn't get the same sound out of this. It's just by learning how. It is a kind of addictive sound when you do hear it as well. That's probably the other thing that goes on you. And if you listen really closely to it, you can actually hear it's a shame that this is one of the shames of the eco laws, the new fume boxes, what you call it. I can't pronunciate the word. Catalytic converter thing, big box that you have on trucks. It does dim down the noise of this engine, which you can argue is a good thing. But when you hear a V8 that's got top pipes, and that's when it's fully singing. Or when you hear a classic Scania V8, that's a sound to behold. And it's a very unique sound as well. But you do get the hint in this still that it's like, yeah, I'm a V8. He's flashing around. Flashing. We've got a police car there. Hopefully that's not. I'll have to stop over there and look-see at that because it doesn't sound too good. Let's put the main lights on now. I know that truck was probably trying to warn us about that policeman, but also underneath the speed limit, and this is what I get on about. You know, there's no point to go flashing like a beacon like a policeman. If there's an issue, the policeman will stop me. You know, if I'm doing something wrong. I know he's trying to be kind and trying to warn me, don't go over the speed limit. Maybe you're saying thank you for laying him out, maybe. Who knows? No idea. But even if he's trying to warn me, yeah, it's nice in a way, but at the same time, don't go flashing down. So I might need to go and find a lay-by shortly. Yeah, I know it is what it is. I try not to overreact with them, but it can be irritating when you're like flash, 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 flash. You're like, what are you flashing? You try to warn me there's something wrong with my truck? There's an emergency. I can see you had to overtake that bus. I can now see there's a policeman, which I'm probably getting at the reason. Yeah, but it is what it is. You know, and the main point I'm trying to get at is when you just flash people like that, it's very hard to know your meaning and your definition of what are you actually trying to say. You try to say I'm speeding, and to be honest, as professional drivers, we shouldn't be having to do that really. We should be going through villages at under 30. 30 and no more at the max. Within all safe requirement. Well, the weather's got nasty. It's got really nasty.
After a quarter of a mile, turn left, A36.
So there's not going to be any drone flying at the moment. That's it. I know I agree with sort of what he's done, but at the same time,
turn left.
As I said, you know, you shouldn't assume that the other truck is speeding up ahead unless you've got proof. I know, yes, you try to say, look, be careful, there's couplers there, you know, make sure you don't do anything wrong.
Follow
But this is one reason why I don't just...
for 3.5
I flash
miles.
only when it's sort of blatantly obvious what I'm trying to do. You know, try to warn of a danger, or maybe acknowledging something I know within reason, and they do the same. You know, I'm more than happy with that. That's easy to read. But when you're flashing for a multitude of reasons, it gets silly. You know, unless if you've got a Morse code, then we've got to have a Morse code sheet as drivers. You know, you go, right, 4 flashes is D, 5 flashes is Z. Yeah, well, not Z, but you know, 5 flashes, for example, means policeman. You know, or not that's what it means if it does mean anything. You know, 10 flashes is you've got a loose wheel, or I think you're speeding. You know. So it could have been just some puddles. It sounds like the truck. I thought there was something up there. Cruise on. Got to come to Warminster. We'll have a check around there. Because the truck feels fine. Nothing feels abnormal really. Said, yeah, it's part of trucking that you got to semi-try and read what the meaning of flashing. I mean, some people know straight away, go, yeah, that's what it is. And yes, I could assume he was warning me of something. He's obviously warning me because he's flashing something, or... But there is obviously flash for all sorts of reasons, and this confuses me. You know, is it like another reason? Are you flashing me for something else? Is something wrong with my truck? Is that, you know... One the other day, it flashed me to... He thought I was speeding because he gave me the slow down symbol when I saw into the gap. Even though I wasn't, I was actually below the speed limit, what was I permitted to do. For the situation I was in, it was fine. It was open road like this. And what it ended up being, I think it was, there was either a police speed trap up the road or something. And this is, you know, what I find frustrating is that it's sort of, when you're doing that, you're sort of saying it's fine to speed when I warn you slow down. Because at the end of the day, you can't rely on that there'll be somebody spotting a speed trap for you. You know, this is one of the reasons why I try not to over speed. I may open it, may go over one, maybe 2 miles an hour on average, with the exception of maybe going downhill full load on. You know, sometimes you may have to creep in a little bit. But you know, I always aim to try and keep control at the end of the day. Because if you're speeding, you're technically going out of control. And you're exceeding the regulated speed limit for that road. You may not agree with it, you may agree with it, you know, but at the end of the day, if something happens and you're found that you're over it, you know, have a nice day. You're not going to win in court with that one, you know. Unless you got a very
after
massive
3/4
exception.
of a mile, turn left, A303 towards Honiton.
No, we're not. We're going up to Warminster. Yeah, I'd say it's a thing that you have to sort of weigh out. pros and cons and warning people
After
about
half a mile, bear
police.
left, then go straight
In
on.
some ways, you're not allowed to warn. You know, in some ways, because it's a distraction. Because you're creating a distraction. Because you're growing other road users of going. Because as I said, it doesn't just mean people flash more these days. There's all sorts of reasons why, and you sort of have to put 1 and 2 together to go. Okay, it must be that. Sometimes you can use a bit of logic and go, yeah, it must be that, but you can't always assume. You can never assume.
Bear left, A303.
You can be warning of a road instance up
go
ahead,
straight
an
on
accident. It
towards
could be,
me.
saying something wrong in your truck. It could be, something else, something abnormal, or in fact, just slow down.
Follow A36 for 6.5 miles.
There's no point. We're not going to really overtake him once the signal to his lights go green. We'll just chill. Yeah, I'm not saying it's the biggest crime in the world. No, it's it is what it is. And in some ways, drivers that do it are trying to be kind. And this is where, I think amongst drivers we need to start, well, maybe it's also some of my error, overadmit. I overadmit I can overreact sometimes. But it's mainly because it could mean so much, and I just stress going, what the hell is it? What do you mean? Because potentially I could stop every time, unless if I really, you can tell when it's a hello flash generally, 99% of the time. As long as it's a very quick flash, and maybe a guy waving at you. And maybe a double flash, depending. And on motorways, if the general flashing is either say hello, or you're clear of me. That's the general rule of thumb. So you got hello, which also equals thank you, with a quick flash. Then when you're letting a vehicle in, very quick flash, but depending on the situation, maybe 2 long flashes, just to go, you are clear. Sometimes you might not see a quick flash. It's not too bad if you're saying thank you, because you're just saying thank you, and you don't really want to have your full beams on for a long period of time for that. But if you're saying get in, it's clear, it's safe, go, get out of danger, that's a little bit more important. So yeah, it is, it's a debate. I said there's no real right or wrong in it. It's just personal preference. But I could tell it wasn't a hello flash either. That was definitely a warning. To how many times he flashed and try and give attention to himself. I'm like, yes, I can see you're a truck. You're in the vehicle the same size as me. I can't miss you. I can see there's a bus on the right, and yes, the police have hidden themselves behind it. But you shouldn't be breaking the law there. You shouldn't be overspeeding, let alone by a bus dropping people off. It's almost like the number one thing you learn via theory tests. Don't speed past a bus that's dropping or picking people up, whichever. Because people can run out from behind it and all sorts without thinking. Also, you do have, it's life, you have control freaks out there who, want to control everything, But I think if you're that degree, maybe you're in the wrong job, maybe you need to be the policeman, or traffic warden. It's a nice job. Another Evans Mike. You do see some nice trucks around as well, obviously. So let's get off the gloom and gloom of chatting about flashing and all that. I say there's no real right or wrong as such. You know, my general rule of thumb is just keep it down to minimum. Down to minimum when needs be. You know, if you're saying hi, it's fine to say hi. But it's the same when you have people who say hi and also hoot the horn by. You've got to be really careful when you do that. I know you're not meant to do that as well, to start off with, you're being literally by the rule book. And there's a good reason why you're not meant to do that. Unless if it's your warning of a danger, or imminent danger, you know, or of something of that nature, you know, not to say hello, because, you know, this is what I mean, you've got to be really careful when you do it, because you've got to be aware, it won't be just normally the person you're saying hello, beep beep, at around you, there's also other people who have no clue, or is not aware that you're saying hello to somebody. All they've heard is somebody beeping the horn and you know, trying to decipher it, going, oh, is that a friendly beep, or you're saying get out my way beep, or have I done something wrong beep, or, you know, what's going on beep, you know. And it always will go on. Yeah, it's one of those things on the road, you know. The drivers will do it. They will do it, and, you know, as I said, ethically there's no real right or wrong in it. You just got to be really careful when you do it, and be aware of other people. I know there's a limit to that process of thought. You know, otherwise you'd be stood still for all day long thinking, oh, quite a lot of something misinterpreting that, interpreting this. No. But it's just going like, is it really necessary? They must have seen each other because they flashed their lights and waved at each other and then honked at each other. And there was a perfect example the other day, earlier today, was at the CAF. Going by the CAF. Two truckers from the same company, sort of flashing the lights, waving at each other. Hello, fellow company trucker, how are you doing? You know, which is all good. Good comradeship going on there. And top it off, beep beep, as they go by. Yeah, you get the idea that, really? You know, get a room. Just go and get a room. I know, it's a bit of fun, but at the same time, it's the same sort of thing if you're a flashing crazy sort of person. And so I don't mind flashing to say hello, as long as it's done in a civil and known manner, which is generally a single flash or a double flash. Normally a double flash acknowledge, but you can repeat with the same. And yet, when you do that, you're still obviously semi-aware of when you're flashing, that you're not going to accidentally flash somebody out on the road who you do not want to come out in front of you, because I've seen that happen before. Seriously, you think I'm making that up? Seriously, I've seen another trucker once before flash his lights, say hello to a fellow trucker on the other side of the road, which you can see, yeah, it's the same company, so I can see what's going on there, and the car in front thought, obviously, you're letting me out. You're flashing to let me out. So he went out, and yeah, luckily it's a very close to, as would have been a very serious incident. Luckily, the right-hand lane of that dual gauge road was clear, so the truck had to swerve into lane 2. Luckily, I backed off at this stage, you know, and then, yeah, you can see what went on there. You can clearly see what happened. And yes, you could argue in that situation, it was a Muppet car, shouldn't have pulled out. But yes, fair enough, to a degree, yes. I get it. But if the trucker didn't flash, that car may have probably most likely not pulled out. Would have got the hint the trucker wanted to stay in lane 1, which is nothing against the law with that. You can do that all day long. You know, if they have right, you know, if you're on the active lane, you have right away.
After a quarter of a mile, cross the roundabout, second exit, A36.
But yeah, you know, you do see some funny things now and again. And yes, you know, how are we meant to say hi and all that? And this is the reason why I don't say don't flash. You know, just be considerate how you flash.
Cross the roundabout, second exit.
You know, if you want to tell somebody who's a speed trap, give a hand gesture like slow down movement, or, you know, silent above head gesture. I know, yes, another truck could easily miss that, but at least it's easier to be led.
For 3 miles.
You're not going to freak anybody else out of going, what the hell's going on? Have I done something wrong? You know, or I can pull out. Yeah, because it'd be very awkward to explain if you got found out you flashed the car out in front of you, but actually you weren't flashing the car out, you're actually saying hello to your mate on the other side of the road or wherever. And this is, you know, one of the downsides of, you know, the death of the CB. You know, back in the day, yeah, I wouldn't say you wouldn't have flashed, they would have flashed, but, you know, it'd be more like on the radio, hi mate, how are you doing? Yeah. Don't ask me what CB speak would be like. I'm not thinking it. You know, but words of those natures. Fun and games, fun and games. I mean, you got to keep the job fun. And this is what I mean about the death of the CB. You know, that sort of removes some of the social aspect of what used to be part of trucking. You know. And you could argue, oh, you know, you got your friend truckers on your phone, but that's not the point. A CB used to enable, like myself, to be able to go, hello fellow trucker, how's things doing? What's the road doing? They go, yeah, all fine, all good. And you can go, if you have a decent CB, get on and chat with them, you know. Whereas these days, no. I'm not saying it's completely dead. Some companies, we have a couple of trucks that haven't fitted out LY. That's probably maybe on some sites they still use CVs. I'm not saying not still used down the roads, it's sort of but you know, overall kind of dead in a way, you know. Aside from if you opt to fit one in, but even if you fit one in, you know, who you go chat to? You know, not many people. I mean, I might still consider a CV. You know, it might be a cool thing. I used to have one in my first Class 1 tramping truck a long time ago, which I did play around a wee bit, but that's what made me realise it's a bit quiet. You get some areas where you hear some chatting going on and you can't get their gist. Okay, so I'll probably catch you a wee bit later. We've been filming for a wee bit now, probably an hour. So I'll see you a bit later. Hello YouTube, Stevo Truck here. I'm sorry for the brief video, and I didn't show any more towards the end of the day. We're at our final delivery at the moment, not tipping. And I thought I'd do the outro now because you know, it's just going to be a drive back to park up now after this, and I want to get the cab sorted out as best I can for all that time. I'm going to drop paperwork off as well, I want some tips. Yeah, so it's been a reasonably busy week, quite successful. We had a few idiots on the route here though. We had two people overtook with oncoming traffic. You couldn't write it, and also on the chicane bits, you know, he should be overtaking on. He had a recovery truck with a car on the back overtake me on the roundabout, which you could argue, this is on the Stonehenge one, which you could argue, alright. Then he proceeded to do about 35 all the way past Stonehenge with nothing ahead of him, and I was like, why do you go to that extent to overtake a load of vehicles when you know you're going to go slow? Beggars belief. And also you had a Land Rover just as you come off the Stonehenge roundabout. You have a twin lane bit that immediately goes into one lane, literally over the hashings, overtook you know, really nearly, you couldn't light it. Really, I was like questioning what's going on. What is going on? I must have been just really unlucky and just got all the Muppets at once. Must have been, surely. Oh, and that's the other thing. There's a narrow section as you get towards the village here. And I was halfway down this narrow section. There's no way I can pull over. There is a bit of an area, but the car coming up decided to keep coming on. So I pulled over. What are you doing? He managed to squeeze past, but causing me to pretty much almost slam on because it was that close. It's like one of those moments, like, you know, I wish I was recording to a certain degree. And you had a van who got a bit. And this is off for the roundabout, just down from there. There's a roundabout. There's a car ahead, this van, who's on my right hand side, so I was waiting for them to go because there's nothing else going, so I was waiting for this car driver to move out. I could see where the van driver was getting a bit funny with the car driver, because the car driver should have moved. You know, I was waiting there like going, come on. So the van driver got a bit funny with the car ahead. Then the car moved off, then he moved off really slowly, then picked up at speed and slowed down in front of me, staring me down. I'm like, so I gave him a quick toot on the horn going, come on, I'm waiting for you now. I mean, I did say a thing to the car, to be honest. I just sort of like thinking, are you going to move sometime soon? You know, saying to myself. Yeah. You really can't. I know it's home time and that's why you get a load of Muppets out at one time, but you just couldn't write it. You really couldn't write it today. After such a good day as well. I thought I was being lucky today, but I think I've had all my nightmares in one day this week. Today. Why? Just need to make it back now. Not looking forward to that now after all that. But never mind. Bit of fun and games. Dramas always happen. Long as we're safe and sound, no one's been hurt. And, you know, there's probably a few round-up people behind me going, why did he slam on? Oh, there's a good reason. No, why hasn't he moved off? Because they should be moving now in front of me. Yeah, whatever. But hopefully everything's all good. I'm going to check on the camera if it's going. So I need to sort the cam out quickly, so we'll keep this a little bit more briefer. Hopefully you've enjoyed today. I know it's been a bit, but it's been a bit of a usual day, to be honest, today. Nothing too exceptional except for the nightmares I've just talked about. And you wonder why truck drivers can suffer from stress. You really wonder. You know, when you see stuff like that and the risks people take just to get past you, even if they know they're going to make a zero progress once they get past you. You know, and yeah, same with that be Land Rover. Was it Land Rover? I think it might have been like that. One of them, one of the instances, loads up and they didn't get any further. I was stuck behind them all the time. And the same with that recovery truck. I wasn't exactly right behind him. There was a few vehicles ahead of me. You know, got stuck behind him because he decided to cut the Stonehenge roundabout completely. You actually went into the lane you're meant to be going right, not straight over the roundabout on. I think you can be in that lane, so there's actually a 3-lane entry, but there was absolutely no reason for him to be in that 3rd lane. He could have been in the 2nd lane, but there was absolutely no reason for him to be in that 3rd lane. And how he done this manoeuvre at first, I thought he was going around the roundabout, how he was positioned and all that, but it is what it is. You have idiots everywhere. I'm not saying that idiots as people, but the Muppets. They're having the Muppet moments. Seeing how we're doing, we can raise our sus. Because the tank's pretty empty, so I don't need to worry about that too much. Yeah, so aside from all that nightmare, which has wound me up a little bit, I hope you admit, you know, I'm not going to gloss over it. It did wind me up. I try not to allow things to actually wind me up, but in a sense of it being irritating, it's done that. And a bit frustrating. Just, I said, the pure carelessness of people. It's, you know, almost shocking. You know, I know everybody's in a rush to get home. It's the end of the day. They want to go home and get a hot meal. You know, I want to get home. I still need to get tipped to get home, but you know, I'm trying to do it safely. I don't want to have an accident. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to, you know, ruin my day. Driving that one bit faster ain't going to get me back parked up and back home quicker, really. In the long run of things. Yes, I'm sorting stuff out in the cab now, which you could argue all that's preempting when you get back and all that. But, you know, nevertheless, just try and make sure you don't see my wallet, because it's got my bank cards in there, and you hear stories of YouTubers who accidentally show bank cards without realising. Yeah, so I'm glad to get that off my chest. And that's one reason I run a YouTube channel, is not just to throw my stress on there, but to sort of to say, look, this is what goes on the roads, you know. It's not always all this bad, and the vast majority of the time it's fine. But it only takes one, or probably about 5, to ruin your day, in this case. And I mean, there's been 5 near potential serious accidents. I mean, I was trying to slow down, I was doing my best that I could do, but it's just so frustrating, these people putting themselves in those positions that they could cause, you know, death or injury, let alone damage, you know. God forbid, you know, it did lead down to death, you know. Is it actually worth it to get home an extra minute faster? Is it actually, seriously, that worth it? I mean, if you're at all sensible, the answer should be no. You get home when you get home. You get there when you get there. Just drive sensibly, drive safely, and just, you know, try and drive calmly. You know, yes, I admit I'll be wound up. You know, and it's a natural thing. And it's knowing, I know I'll be wound up, so I know to back off. You know, it's not an ego thing. It's, yeah, to a lot of people it is the ego thing. You could argue, you know, with these people on to donate, yes, I overtook a truck. Ah, another stripe on my shoulder. You know. Yeah, but it is what it is. It's, nothing's happened bad, and you know, everything's all good. And as I said, I thought just get it across. I'm not going at people on the channel, it's just to more get the word out there of, you know, the Muppets you come across when you truck. I wish I was recording at this time. I really wish I was. I know I could probably use my dash cam. But yeah. Nevertheless, I've got hopefully a new camera to look forward to, some new kit to look forward to next week. I don't know if my curtains are going to be here for next week, probably the week after at the earliest, realistically, I think. If they are, happy days. If not, it'll get here when it gets here. And yeah, everything's all good. Please comment down below if you have any questions, any thoughts. You know, what do you think about Muppets out on the road at the moment? So I'm trying to be polite as possible about it. I'm not trying to try and stamp them too much with but they don't help themselves at the end of the day. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. For all those who have subscribed, as I say all the time, thank you very much. And if you haven't subbed, remember that time, please consider subbing. You know, it seriously would be appreciated. You know, and also if you want to comment, seriously, you know, it is appreciated. I'll try and respond, or at least acknowledge any reply that I get, and I do look at them. You know, even though I don't have a huge amount, I know I don't have a huge amount of subs, but you know, I seriously do appreciate it. You know, I said, if you haven't, please consider. Also, remember to hit that bell icon to remind you of any updates on the channel. Such like, please check out my Facebook and my Twitter. Patreon is almost there. I'm go and get a Patreon running. It's not for business, it's only for donations, and the money that would go into the Patreon, and that's if I do, I'm still 50-50 if I fully set it up at the mouth. I'm being authorised to do it now, so I may just put it there. So, but I was about to say, any money that goes into Patreon will go back into the channel, or onto the truck possibly, you know, within reason. Anything to enhance the videos, as I would say, you know. Not there to financially bump me up. I'm not expecting anything off it, really, to be honest. But, you know, at least I have a system if anybody wants to donate anything to help with the running. Well, it's not exactly as running costs, but help with maintaining, you know, paying for cameras or helping towards, you know, etc, etc. But nevertheless, thank you very much for watching. Over and out.